Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started here in a moment. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. You are tuned into the Real Psychic Investigators, and my name is NEHRU. We'll get started here in a moment. I am just shuffling the cards, separated on Death and the Six of Wands. So someone's getting death and someone's getting a victory. Okay? Again, O death, where is your sting? O grave, where is your victory? When you ascend. Okay. Knight of Pentacles popped out. With the Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Something about a new slate. A new slate. Okay. A new slate. Clean slate. Okay. I'm going to share some personal thoughts about some things that are going on in the U.S. Before we get into the energy, I'm going to share some personal thoughts and feelings about some things that are going on in the U.S., okay, that are quite disturbing. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is NEHRU, and I am an extraterrestrial, an earth angel, a light worker, and Gaia beacon, here for the 10th and final time. In past lives, one of those beings that I was here on this planet is Lyri. That is L-Y-R-I. You can look that up. L-Y-R-I. That is the Temple of Ptah. Okay? In other esoteric journeys, okay, I've walked with other high vibrational beings here on this planet. Others that I highly resonate with, okay, are Enoch, Count Saint Germain, Helena Blavatsky, okay, are some others that I resonate with here from past lives, okay. This will not be as in-depth a reading, so what do I mean by that? I mean, at the end of the reading, what we've been doing recently, what Divine has had me doing, is we pull confirmations on certain specific individuals that Divine points out to me in the chat. We will not be doing that this time around because we will be going live on my shadow band channel. That is Esoteric Guidance Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. And we will be continuing our discovery and reading of the Aquarian Gospel of Issa the Christ. Okay, that will be our Sunday morning 10 o'clock service, if you will. Okay, and so on Esoteric Guidance Extraterrestrial Earth Angel, if you are interested in that, we will be going live there at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, although I am in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, that is formerly Saigon. Okay, Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. So this reading will probably be about an hour or so, okay? Because, again, we'll be going live over there in approximately 3 hours, okay? So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Investigators, thank you so much for all that you do, okay? FBI, CIA, DEA, for all of you who are in the upright, thank you. Judges, thank you, okay? Private investigators, thank you, okay? What's going on, Mama Bear? Okay, what's going on, Mama Bear? Shout out to you, Mama Bear, okay? So there's something about a protective mother, okay? Whether they are here in the 3D or not, most likely they are not, okay? Unless that mother is you, like Mama Bear, okay? Okay, so your mother, okay, grandmother, could be an ancestor of yours and protecting you from the ethers, okay? Protecting you from the ethers. Shout out, Mama Bear, first time here. You are in a safe place. You are in a protected place. You are in a strong place, okay? And yeah, you'll see. That's all I can say. You'll see. All right. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Divine is leading me to start off with angel numbers. Excuse me, angel numbers first. Okay. I did spend some time out in Gaia. Today I went to a park that's close by the hotel. So the situation with ICE, okay, in 2025, okay, in 2025, there were 32, there were 32 deaths while in ICE custody. Okay, listen to me, 32. What's going on, Julie? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to all of our new subscribers, okay? Welcome to all of our new subscribers or listeners. You might not be a subscriber. I say subscriber, but, you know, I never ask. You are divinely guided here, and so if you're divinely guided here, you can subscribe or not. I never ask, okay? You do as you're guided. So 32 deaths in ICE custody in 2025, okay? That is the most in history. The most in history since ICE was created, how many ever decades ago? Okay, 32 deaths in ICE history. So recently, J.D. Vance, the Vice President of your United States, the United States, I am strongly considering changing my citizenship once my justice comes in, okay? I am strongly, and I served 8 years in the United States Army from 1995 to 2003. I am strongly considering denouncing my U.S. citizenship and changing it to another country once my justice comes in, okay? Strongly considering that and just completely walking away from the United States of America. Strongly considering that at this point in time, okay? Here's why. Under the Supreme Clause Immunity Act, okay, U.S. government officials, and this includes ICE agents, U.S. government officials, okay? What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in, Duncan. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Okay? U.S. government officials, judges, ICE agents, politicians, okay? They can be protected under and not, okay, go to trial, be judged for their crimes under this supreme, that means I'm better than you. That means I'm better than you. Supreme immunity clause. Okay? So Jonathan Ross, who murdered a U.S. civilian, okay, a U.S. civilian, not an immigrant, and also there was another recent death, okay, On January 24th, yesterday, there was another recent death of a U.S. citizen. I don't know what the fuck is happening in America. I really do not know what the fuck is happening in America. I don't know what kind of fucking show Trump is running, but it's a circus. I don't know what the fuck he doing. Okay? Him, J.D. Vance, Kash Patel, I don't know what the fuck they doing. Okay? But it's a circus. It's a circus. And they are bullies. Okay? They are bullies. Okay? They will tell you bullying is wrong. No, you shouldn't bully. Bullying is wrong. That's not right. You know, kids shouldn't bully one another, but them motherfuckers with the authority that they have because you voted them into office. I didn't. You voted them into office, US citizens. Okay? Them motherfuckers are using their authority to the point of abuse. Abuse. Jonathan Ross will never go to trial. I guarantee you. Jonathan Ross will never be tried for the murder of a good. And whoever shot and killed that U.S. civilian yesterday, they will probably, I think his name is Trey, they will never go to trial. I guarantee you. Why? Because there is a loophole in the U.S. government system that allows them to murder individuals without cause, no justification, without a weapon in their hand, the victim. They can just shoot the hell out of them. Okay? Shoot in their car, do whatever they need to. Whatever they need to. Whatever they want to. Okay? I don't know what the fuck is happening in America. Okay? But America is in a shithole. I'm going to just lay it out there very plain and simple. And again, you are looking at a soldier that served honorably in the United States Army. I have a U.S. Army Accommodation Medal. Okay? I have a U.S. Army Service Medal, a United States Army Joint Task Force Medal. Okay, I have these medals and awards from the United States government during my service in the United States Army. Motherfuckers, I don't know what is going on in America, but America is going to hell. Okay, in a handbag. I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I really don't know, President Trump. I really don't know. But they are giving agents authorities to murder whoever they want to. You don't like them? They say something wrong to you? Shoot them. They say something you don't like? Shoot their ass. Confirmation boom. Confirmation boom. I'm telling you, I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. I don't know what's going on in America. I really don't. But that shit is looking bad, and it's looking real bad. So, I don't know. Divine Source, I thank you for my protection. I thank you for where I am, okay? I thank you for where I am, Divine Source, okay? And I do ask that you protect these light workers, earth angels, okay? It really is sad. It really is sad, okay? It really is sad, Barbara, okay? It really, really is. Again, I was one of the biggest patriots you could ever meet. Before my dark night of the soul and awakening and realizing what was really going on with secret societies in the U.S. and around the world, okay? And I remind us, not everything that comes out here is pertaining to the U.S. only. Not everything that comes out here is pertaining to your own personal journey, okay? Some of it is global news, like insurrection, okay? I'm telling you, that is really on my heart right now. That's really in my spirit right now. They are bullies. They are bullies. J.D. Vance himself said that the Supreme Clause immunity, okay, grants absolute immunity. And when in fact it doesn't grant, or it does, but it shouldn't grant absolute immunity. And then the U.S. Department of Justice shut down the investigation into the Renee Good case. And 6 or more Minnesota officials have been forced to resign. 6 or more. They said, not only are you going to shut this case down and you are not going to press civil charges against our ICE agent, Jonathan Ross, but you are also going to shut this investigation down, and you will no longer pursue civil actions against him. Even though he shot into the vehicle of someone who did not have a weapon in her hand, and her steering wheel, the wheels of her vehicle, were pointed away from him. So if someone's standing over here and your wheels are over here, how can you run them over? That's not how that works, right? They would need to be standing over here and your wheels facing over here. Or they're standing over here and your wheels facing over there. How does that work? So the Department of Justice has shut down the case in Minnesota. Okay? They've locked the hands of the Attorney General in Minnesota. They've tied their hands up. They can do nothing. And they've caused multiple agents to resign, forced them to resign and cease investigation. Donald Trump, President Trump, has given absolute authority to ICE to murder not just immigrants who are wrong, who come against ICE or any other agents, okay, who are violent criminals, not just them, but you, U.S.-born citizen, you could be shot tomorrow by an ICE agent. You could be murdered tomorrow by an ICE agent. You and your family never see justice. You. Something's wrong with that. Something's really wrong with that collective. Something's really wrong with that judges. Something is really wrong with that attorneys. Something is really wrong with that. Really wrong with that. Something is really wrong with that. Okay? Donald Trump isn't interested in justice. President Trump isn't interested in justice. J.D. Vance isn't interested in justice. They're interested in protecting their own. And their own are the secret societies, okay, and government officials. They are not interested in protecting you, U.S. citizen. They are not. Because if they were, they wouldn't be murdering you, okay, or your neighbor, and then using a Supreme Court law, okay, that protects them and helps them stay out of a trial or avoid prosecution. They would not be. President Trump would be saying, you know what? It is true. And because I stand up for justice, okay, and I do want to make America great again, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to allow this, and I'm not going to stop prosecution against Jonathan Ross. If President Trump was really, truly wanting to make America great again, he would not be protecting Jonathan Ross or whoever the agent is who shot that individual yesterday on the 24th and murdered them. If he really, truly wanted to make America great again. I'm just saying. And he's just getting started. He's just getting started. I'm telling you. When all of my justice comes in, collective, okay? When all of my justice comes in, I'm strongly considering denouncing my U.S. citizenship. And again, I got a DD-214. That's your military record. I honorably served 8 years, re-enlisted twice. And we got New Beginnings out here with 0909. New Beginnings, angel number. New Beginnings, angel number just came out. First card out. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in, Selena. Okay, is it Selena? Yes, Selena, thank you so much for tuning in. Good to have you, okay? You are in a safe place, okay? You are in a safe place, okay? And we do have a sense of humor, okay? But we don't fuck around, all right? We do have a sense of humor, but we don't fuck around, all right? I mentioned as we get going with the energy again, we're going live on Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel with the Aquarian Gospel of Yeshua covering their journey, okay, from 12 to 18 or from 12 to 30 that is not in your Bible. We're going to be covering that secret canonical text at 10 o'clock this morning live on Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. That is my shadow band channel here on YouTube. That is my shadow band channel here on YouTube. What's going on, CO? What's going on, CO? All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right. So yeah, first card out here is New Beginnings, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. A new beginning, perhaps in another country, is what's in line for you, collective. I don't know. I can't speak to your journey. I can only speak to mine. I don't know what's going on in America. It's a sad situation. Confirmation horn honk. Confirmation horn honk. It's a sad situation. It really, really is. It really, really is. Thank you so much, Selena. Okay? Thank you so much. All right? For subscribing. All right? So, pulling on the cards. What was I going to say? Oh, I mentioned the other day, yesterday, I think, in a live, that I did a 20-minute Tai Chi workout, and I said my legs were going to be thanking me the next day, and sure enough, my legs are thanking me. My legs are thanking me today. My legs, okay, my glutes, okay, they are thanking me today. And when I say thanking me, I mean soreness. But I always enjoyed that soreness. I've been working out generally since I was probably 14 years old. Okay, started lifting like weights in the basement of our house when I lived with the warlock. Okay, started lifting weights probably around that time. He had a little bench down in the basement with some weights and that sort of thing. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Andrea. What's going on? Is it Olga? Olga? Okay. I had, do you know my first dialysis nurse? For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, okay? I was on dialysis for 4.5 years because of witchcraft that caused a rare autoimmune virus that attacked both of my native kidneys. Today I have 3 kidneys, including those 2 native kidneys. And my very first dialysis nurse, okay? Her name is Olga, okay? She's retired today. Her name is Olga, okay? And I remember she came over to me very first time I ever met her. I'm sitting in a dialysis chair in this Fresenius dialysis center, okay? And she comes over to me and she says, hello. She says, my name is Olga. She says, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. You're just starting treatment. She says, you're going to be healed. And I said, yes, I am. Okay. I said, yes, I am. She said, uh-huh. She said, yep, I can tell. She said, yep, I can tell. She knew. Olga knew. She knew. And I continued communicating with her years after my dialysis treatments ended and kidney transplant on 7/7. Okay. Olga, sweet as can be. Sweet as can be. Okay. So someone could be a nurse, all right, in your energy. What's going on, Lauren? Hello, Lauren. All right. So far out here, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Now we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Anything else, Divine? With the angel numbers, in addition to New Beginnings, 0909. That was the first card out. The second card out is Good Fortune. Confirmation, Bert. Good Fortune and that gut feeling. Okay, so we have New Beginnings, Good Fortune, that gut feeling. Confirmation. Okay. Oh, yeah. No doubt, Lauren. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. In fact, that's my spiritual groom. Okay. Me and Most High Eravat. Okay. The great I am, omnipresent one that put all of the stars, which are portals in the sky, including the moon, the sun, which is Ra and Hansu. Okay. We are in a divine marriage. Okay. A divine marriage today. Okay. Esoteric marriage today. Okay. We are. And when I say that, when I said that, look, when I said that, look, okay? So this 10 of cups, okay? Look at that. That's a family. Look at that. Just saying. I don't brag, okay? And I'm not here for show, okay? I don't need a spotlight. My job is to be the truth, okay? And release that, okay? As a Master Builder 33, my job is to teach, okay? Teach the way how to become your truest, purest, highest self possible, okay? That's my job. How to live a spiritually conscious life. That's my job. How to protect and heal your bloodline. That's my job. That's my job. You can't do that through religion. That's my job, okay? That's my job. All right? And I love it. I love it. I don't want to be doing anything else. I was an accountant for 13 years. I was a chemical purchasing agent after the military. I sold cars right after the military. Okay? I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to do anything else. Okay? I am on my divine mission right now. Okay? I am on my divine mission right now. Okay? So what do we have out for the tarot? So we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, landing on communication in reverse, and we have the Three of Swords in the upright. Okay? So someone wasn't able to get out of something, okay? Someone can no longer communicate with you. Okay? So someone wasn't able to get out of something. Someone can no longer communicate with you. You block them. Okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And with all that blockage going on, okay, and this Three of Swords coming out here, okay, I'm getting you alchemizing this energy, collective. You alchemizing this energy. Alchemizing this energy. Okay? We have the Seven of Swords here. Again, with the Page of Cups. What is this? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay? This deals with your Akashic records. Okay? This deals with your Akashic records. Okay? And what is meant to be. Do you know about the old Egyptian religions? I don't know about the old Egyptian religions. Okay? I know about Egyptian spirituality and mythology. Okay? I don't know about religions, but yeah, I know about some Egyptian spiritual beliefs and practices, as I am an Egyptian shamanic background, bloodline. Okay? So I do know a bit. Okay? But I wouldn't call them religions. This spirituality. Hinduism, okay, is spirituality. Buddhism is spirituality. Okay? Muslim, okay, is religion. Pentecostal is religion. Baptist is religion. Catholic is religion. Non-denominational is religion. Methodist is religion. Seventh-day Adventist is religion. There is a huge difference in separation between the two. Huge difference. Okay? So we have your Akashic records out here, collective. Okay? Something that belongs to you. Something that you are due to receive. Okay? And again, many, many high vibrational beings die because they fall off the wagon or they fail to recognize certain points in their life. Okay? When they need to go certain directions, okay? Many earth angels die, okay? They are unalived through government hits or whatever, family hits, whatever, same thing, okay? Because they miss marks and points, okay? In their journey, okay? They go to this place, this party, when they shouldn't. They go to that whatever when they shouldn't. They date this individual when they shouldn't, and when the indicators come to get out, they don't get out. They stay in for the children in a marriage, and then they end up getting murdered. You hear the stories every day. You can go on YouTube and spend the rest of the year, and it's only January. You could spend the rest of the year watching videos about husbands and wives who were in karmic situations, and the indicators were there and they should have gotten out, but they stayed for the kids and they ended up getting murdered. You can sit there and watch thousands upon thousands of videos on YouTube about these stories. So I'm speaking heavily about that. Somebody's staying in a marriage because of the kids. When your ass get murdered, and I'm not being mean, when your ass get murdered and you have to come back here and reincarnate again for the 5th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 15th time or whatever, it's your fault. Truly, it's your fault. It's your fault. Because this is written, okay? You just have to fulfill the contract. This is written, okay? Okay? So, Divine Source, let's go ahead and get into the energy. Again, this will not be a very long reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I see we have 30 in the room and 13, 313, 313, okay? Ooh, we got 313 in the room and we got 1331 out here. Okay? Do you know what this represents, collective? Investigators who I hope are meditating on their cases, okay? And not supporting stupid ass government agencies. And it doesn't matter what government you're a part of, okay? You could be in Guatemala, okay? I hope you do not support their karmic ass government activity, upright judge and attorney, investigator. I hope you don't. Just like U.S. attorneys, just like U.S. judges, I hope you don't support the karmic ass bullshit that President Trump is allowing and giving approval on. I hope you don't support immunity for individuals who murder, even if they are government officials. I hope you don't support that shit, even if you voted for them. Ask forgiveness. Divine, I'm sorry forgive me for voting for a demonic spirit who is now authorizing murders of U.S. citizens who are innocent. Divine Source, forgive me for voting the individual into office. I didn't mean to put my energy into voting them and helping them get into whatever it is. Okay? Again, I'm just saying, I'm neither Democrat nor Republican nor independent, okay? If there's nobody worth voting for on the ballot, then no one's worth voting for. Okay, you can put any name on the ballot that you want to. Did you know that? And did you know secret societies already appoint the president of the United States before your vote? Did you know that? Like the Porcelain Club. Did you know that? Okay, like the Bohemian Club. Okay, like the Bavarian Illuminati. Did you know that? Your vote is a joke. Did you know that, U.S. citizens? Your vote is a joke. I hate to lay it down like that, but hey, and again, U.S. Army 1995 to 1993 and served honorably, many awards, okay? I was in an E7 position when I got out. That is a sergeant first class. I was in an E7 position when I got out. That's a senior enlisted non-commissioned officer. I was proud to serve. I wanted to stay in, okay? And a little disappointed when Divine Source said it was time to get out. I was a little disappointed. All right. All right. So we'll take a look at these angel number messages when we pull them from the stack. Divine Source, we welcome you in. We welcome the ancestors in of not just myself. We welcome in the ancestors of the investigators, the ancestors of the general collective. We welcome in the judges. We welcome in the celebrities that watch. There are celebrities that tune in to this channel. Okay. Thank you so much for all that you do, collective. Thank you so much for all that you do, upright investigators. Thank you so much for all that you do. Okay? I need to start thinking about what country I'm going to live in for the rest of this natural life here on this journey. Okay? I need to start thinking about what country I'm going to live in. Okay. So, feathered ancestors, we invite you in. Feathered ancestors, we invite you in. Okay? Thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel your energy. I feel your energy. Thank you so much. So, yeah, Olga, I'm with you finally. I'm with you finally. Okay. Is that Jan? Did you say you're in Babylon? Did you say you're in Babylon? Did you say you're in Babylon, Jan? Okay. All right. On top of the stack. Okay. On top of the stack, Divine wants me to check the bottom of the stack too. Okay. So we'll take a look at tarot or the cards, messages on the bottom of the stack. What does that say? Oh, it says stagnation. Okay. So stagnation. Okay. You are dealing with a sociopath. Okay. You are dealing with a sociopath. Okay. Someone who has antisocial personality disorder. This is for you, collective, and or the investigators. Okay. Antisocial personality disorder. ASPD. ASPD. Okay. On the second stack, we have President Trump. I'm sitting here just spewing his name. I didn't even look down at the cards. I'm just sitting here saying his name. This says President Trump knows about you. Look, he can know about me all he wants to, okay? He can know about me all he wants to, okay? He can know about you, collective, earth angel, extraterrestrial, healer, oracle, truth speaker. He can know about you all he wants to, okay? You're here to do a job, okay? You're here to do a job, okay? Yeah, hi, David Donald. Yeah. All right. So we have Uruguay and Uriah. Okay. Again, not everything is personal in this psychic investigation reading. This channel was created on December 4th of 2024 for the investigators specifically to help them with their cases all around the world. Uruguay and Uriah. Uruguay and Uriah. Yeah. Okay. So, first, we have Europe. We have Europe. Okay. And this Eight of Cups came out in reverse. Okay. So, someone wasn't able to walk away. Someone got caught up in the matrix with the coven, with the karmics. Okay. Investigators. Okay. Someone's name starts with a C and an N. First name, last name, initial, C and N. Okay, something could be on CNN about what comes out here. Okay, again, we had insurrection. Okay, download the other day. And then the next day, Trump sent warships to somewhere, Ukraine, somewhere. Where did he send the warships? Somebody tell me in the chat. Where did Trump send the warships? I don't know. But the next day, after we got insurrection and a live psychic investigation reading, President Trump sent out ships. So someone's in Europe, okay, who was not able to get out of whatever karmic bullshit they were involved in and tried to get you wrapped up in collective. Somebody can't get out. And again, the initials C and N. Okay? We have abuela out here, Spanish for grandmother, Nana, okay? Nana, we got Mama Bear in the room, if she's still here. We got Mama Bear in the room. She was the first one to say hi on this live. Okay? So, Mama Bear, okay? Abuela, grandmother, okay? Something about your grandmother in this energy, okay? Protecting you or karmic, okay? Investigators, there are fingerprints about a crime on the Seven of Swords. Fingerprints about a crime on the Seven of Swords. Okay? Oh, okay. Hey, Mama Bear. What's going on, Queen? Okay? What's going on, Queen? Okay? Seven of Swords. Fingerprints on the door windowsill. Okay? These are fingerprints of the thief that broke into the house. Okay, someone could have broken into your house. Someone could have made extra keys for your house. Okay, so the one you trusted, a spouse, a companion, a grown-ass son or daughter, somebody could have given keys to somebody to your house. The remote door opener to your garage, someone gave someone access to a house. Okay, to plant evidence, to plant a camera, to take something, to do witchcraft against you with. Okay, take your hairbrush, take your underwear, take your shirt, take your pants, skirt, blouse, anything. Take a cup that you drink out of. Okay, anything. Okay. Yep. On the other side of fingerprints on the windowsill, we have pizza today. Okay, so some of you might have been thinking, maybe I'll have pizza today. Pizza today. Okay. We have grandmother energy out here. Okay. We have President Trump knows about you. We have you are dealing with a sociopath. Okay. We have Uruguay and Uriah. Divine source. We have a cruise ship or drowning death. A cruise ship or drowning death. Okay, so this could be an investigation that I am speaking to in regards to the Coast Guard. Okay, in regards to the Coast Guard. Okay, with this drowning death out here. Okay, Coast Guard. That is part of the U.S. military, United States Coast Guard. Okay, I don't know what they're called in other countries. Okay. So we have a Coast Guard investigation out here. Coast Guard, check the window seals and the doors. Okay, door, you typically do that. Door knobs, you typically check. Okay, you might want to check the rim above. Okay, Coast Guard investigators, you might want to check up on the top of the door. Okay, like say for instance, if this is the door, you want to check up here. You might want to run, like check up here, fingerprints up here around the door. No, you might want to do that. Okay. I don't know if that's something that agents typically do. I know they typically check the door handles and all that sort of thing. Okay. Something's being missed, else it wouldn't come out here. We have a sibling doing witchcraft against you. Okay. Sibling doing witchcraft against you to stop your family. Okay. A sibling doing witchcraft against you, against your family. If you are single, celibate today, raise your hand. I am. Okay. But it doesn't matter. Okay. You still have a family promise out here with that wheel of fortune. You have some type of family promise, even if that's just the soul tribe. Okay. Other high vibrational beings. Okay. You might be one this lifetime that is single, like Nikola Tesla. In that lifetime, Nikola Tesla was a lifelong bachelor. He very rarely had romantic relationships and very rarely engaged in sexual activity. He lived the majority of his adult life celibate. Nikola Tesla. Some of the wisest beings ever on this planet walk alone. Some of the wisest beings on this planet who have ever walked on this planet walk alone, because they have more time to tap in. Okay, more time. And not to say that family is a distraction, but when you got to go pick the kids up from soccer practice, when you got to go whatever, husband, wife, all that, when you got to do all of that, those things are lovely and they serve a purpose, but we all have 24 hours in a day and those things take time. Okay? So, either way, okay, I'm not for or against lifelong celibacy, okay, or being single. I'm not for or against either one of those. We're all called to a certain path. Okay? We're all called to a certain path. Yep. We have the names Emilio, Max Jesus, okay? I said judges watch. So there's a judge out here, okay? Not that every judge, or not that everyone who's tuning in, okay, has a judge. There are 41 people in the chat currently. Not that there are 41 judges out here that already know about your case, but there's at least one judge out here that knows about your case and money that was stolen from you, an inheritance, a trust fund. It could be child support from when you were a child. Okay, your mother or father, okay, could have been some type of celebrity, local, national, international. Okay, they could have set up a trust fund for you. They could have left an inheritance for you. They could have left property for you. Or this speaks to a spiritual inheritance. There's a judge out here who knows this. At least one. At least one. Okay? At least one. Because there's a judge that's watching. Okay? And Emilio, Maxine, Jesus, and Elliot. Okay? Priscilla, Priest, and Price. Priscilla, ooh. I'm going to have to go check now. What was the name of the guy who was murdered yesterday by ICE? Now I'm going to have to go check because I think his last name started with a P. Ooh. Now I'm going to have to go check. Now I got to check. I keep saying Trey, but name of U.S. citizen murdered by ICE agents on January 24th, 2026. I knew it. I just divined it starts with a P. Alex, Alexander, Alexandria, Alex, Alexa, Alexis, Lexi. Someone could drive it. Alexis, Preda, Alex Preda. I knew it started with a P. Ashe Queen, confirmation. Ashe Queen, confirmation. Okay. Priscilla, Priest, and Price. There was a price on your head, collective, like there was a price on mine. There was a price on your head like there was a price on mine. Okay? Now they could be looking at the attorney, trying to put a price on their head. Now they could be looking at this upright judge. Okay? Now they could be looking at this upright judge. Again, murder, liars, deceivers, and deceptors are not murdered. Okay? If anything, they're put to death. Okay? But they are not murdered or assassinated. Only truth speakers are assassinated. Okay? Shout out to MLK Day. Only truth speakers are assassinated. Only truth speakers are assassinated. They don't assassinate liars. Okay? They don't assassinate demons. They assassinate angels. Okay? And take it as it resonates, and that means what easily fits. Priscilla, Priest, and Price, one side of the Eight of Wands, and again, this came out in reverse. Okay? So, no movement from the karmic. We got Europe out here, so someone could be stuck in Europe. This individual could be in Europe, whoever they were paying, okay, to do karmic witchcraft against you. Okay? They could be in Europe. They could not be able to escape, not able to travel anymore, not able to travel to this witchcraft worker, not able to pay them anymore. Okay? And we got pompous asses out here. Okay? That is the individuals that are running America currently. And again, I'm not Republican, Democrat, nor Republican or independent. That is, I look at the choices of man. I look at the choices of man. Okay? I look at the choices. And not prosecuting Jonathan Ross. That's a downfall, President Trump. That's a blemish on your spiritual record, President Trump, J.D. Vance. These motherfuckers don't care about their spiritual record. They don't care about God. They don't. They don't. Because if they did, they wouldn't be allowing this karmic ass shit to happen in their country when they're supposed to be making America great again. They wouldn't be. They wouldn't be. Okay? They don't believe in God. You can't believe in God, President Trump, and you're protecting Jonathan Ross or other ICE agents and allowing them to escape justice under the Supreme Clause immunity law. You cannot believe in God. You cannot believe in divine source most high. You cannot. You cannot. And stand up for karmic ass activity like that. You cannot believe in God. So not everybody who cries, Lord, Lord, believes. Not everybody who cries, Lord, Lord, believes. Collective, the minister, Creflo Dollar stupid ass don't believe in divine source. Okay? Kenneth Copeland's karmic ass don't believe in divine source. Joyce Myers does not believe in divine source. They don't believe in divine source. They're just pompous asses. That's all they are. Okay? Gwen Shambling, who was no longer here, she didn't believe in divine source. James Cleveland, the homosexual gospel singer who died of AIDS in the early 90s, he didn't believe in divine source. He sang good songs. He made a good noise, but he doesn't believe in divine source, fucking the men in his choir and dying of AIDS. You don't believe in divine source. Am I preaching enough? It's Sunday morning. You can't. You just can't. You just can't. Okay? A double-minded man or woman is unstable in all their ways. You can't say, I believe in God, okay? And then sit there and use the legal system on earth to circumvent and free a woman or a man who is guilty. You cannot do that. Attorney, judge, president, chancellor, dictator, whoever you are, you cannot do that. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Queen. You cannot, okay? You cannot. You just can't. And again, when you get out of your head about the whole political Republican, Democrat, black, white, systemic racism is part of the 3D matrix. Systemic racism is part of the 3D matrix. Okay? It is. I have no problem walking down the aisle with a European Caucasian, with a Puerto Rican, with Japanese, with a Chinese, with a Mexican, okay, with a Brazilian, with a Portuguese, with a Vietnamese, with a Filipino, I have no problem walking down the aisle with any of those. Why? Because many of my ancestors are those. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Why? Because I don't see color, okay? And I know the truth about systemic racism and how it is a seed sown, and that tree is big as hell. That tree is big as hell. Systemic racism. It's to divide and separate. And again, shout out to MLK on his day. Shout out to MLK on his day. Not by the color of your skin, but by the character of your creed, by your character. Your character. That's defined by your choices, your character. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Yep, just saying. Just saying. We have Ivory, O'Connor, and Connors, okay? Ivory, O'Connors, and Connor, or O'Connor. I said O'Connors, okay? Also, Divine is saying some of these could be street names, so some of them could be street names. Ivory, Connor, O'Connors. I keep saying O'Connors. Hey, secret squirrel, okay? Is there a Don in the room, or oh, you're talking about Don, you're talking about Donald Trump. I was like, is there a Don in the room? Okay. So Ivory, okay? Like ebony and ivory, okay? And I have dated multiple, multiple races, okay? Over my 51 years on this planet thus far, this lifetime, I've dated many different races, okay? And I say many to exaggerate the diversity, okay? Not because I was a hoe or ever have been, because I have never, okay? Never, okay? But diversity, yes, diversity, okay? On the other side of O'Connor, Ivory, and Connor, we have the Knight of Swords out here. And then we have, take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. Olga. Oh yeah, he's in here. His name is in here somewhere. His name is in here somewhere. Somewhere. Elon Musk. His name is in here somewhere. Amongst the stacks. Okay. So we are dealing with an M.I.B. Okay. We are dealing with secret society, hidden secrets, Area 51. Area 51. We are dealing with secret issues here. In whatever government. Again, it doesn't have to be the U.S. government. I know more about that government and their actions than any other because that's where I've lived the majority of my life. Okay? This lifetime. But this could be any government. North Korea is a communist-ass country, and if you're born in North Korea, you can never leave. You can never leave if you're born in North Korea. Talk about slavery. You can never leave if you're born in North Korea. You can never leave. Okay. This Knight of Swords card says, I have decided I want to pursue you and nothing is going to stop me. Expect soon a lot of action from my part. Again, for those of you who resonate with some type of love union and you know you are on track for that, you know if you're ready or not, okay? I was talking to or exchanging emails or messages with someone online today. Shout out to DC, okay? And I let her know, she was like, I can't find my partner. You don't need to be looking for them, okay? That is divinely appointed. And there is a time that is divinely appointed to meet them. You forcing the issue, don't do shit but slow it down because you get in the way. It's a cog in the wheel. So if you're waiting on a divine partner, don't wait on them. If you're waiting on a divine partner, don't wait on them. Stay focused on your journey, and then somewhere out of the blue, they'll just pop up somewhere. You'll meet them at a cafe. Confirmation burp. You'll meet them at a cafe. You'll meet them out at lunch. You'll meet them on this new job opportunity. You'll meet them somewhere out at a supermarket. You'll meet them in traffic. You'll meet them somewhere. It'll just happen. Being focused on them is the wrong answer. Wrong answer. So don't be out here God, where they at? Shit, where the fuck? That's why I had to release all of that. Okay? Because that's what I was putting so much of my meditation energy and all of that into manifesting her. I was like, fuck that. Okay? I now put all of my energy into me being Master Builder 33, and that's a master teacher, which is what I'm currently doing right now, which is what I will be doing for the rest of my natural life here. How many ever years and decades that is. It could be as many as 99 more. So, don't focus on when they coming in, when they showing up, what do they do for a living, don't. I'm telling you, you are only slowing down the flow of what's meant to be. Don't do that. I stopped manifesting her. I stopped putting energy into her. She shows up whenever the fuck she's supposed to, or she doesn't. And if she doesn't, she just gets kicked to the side and divine source appoints someone else, or I get on my Nikola Tesla journey, okay? And I stay single and celibate. And again, I have no problem with that. I've been celibate for years now. I have no problem with that. That's not an issue for me, okay? I don't need ass to survive. I'm just saying, men. I'm just saying, women, okay? On Esoteric Guy, I need to watch the time. It's already 8 o'clock. I need to watch the time because we're going live at 10 o'clock on Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel 2. But on Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel, I don't do any energy reads over there anymore. I used to. And I remember over there, I had said something one time. I said, men, what did I say? Men don't need coochie for their purpose, okay? And women don't need dick for their purpose. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. This is a bonus, okay? This is a bonus. And those of you who have been in karmic ass relationships, I'm sure you're not in a hurry to get back into another one in the first place, okay? If they kicked you into the dark night of the soul and all of that, you're probably not in a rush to get into another relationship anyway, okay? So again, don't force the issue, okay? Don't force the issue. We have Monaco, Mexico. Oprah Winfrey is involved in witchcraft. Okay? Mama Bear. So psychic investigators, the real psychic investigators, this channel was created specifically to help investigators, and that's all that this channel is. It's only psychic investigations. I don't do any canonical text sharing over here. I don't share any of my journals. I don't share anything about aura, how to recognize it. I don't share anything about you becoming your highest, purest self. Specifically, it is only psychic investigation readings here. The other channel, which has 800 and something videos, it has 4 times as many videos as this channel does. Okay? That channel was shadow banned by a YouTube employee who was paid by karmics or the government to do so. Okay? And with 800 and something videos and this channel only having 200 and something, that channel only has 300 and something subscribers. And this channel has 700 and something subscribers to show you how shadow banning works. Okay? So more videos over there, less subscribers. Older channel, less subscribers because they shadow banned it. Okay? They have not shadow banned this channel, so it flourishes. Okay? And the content gets out. Okay? So on that channel, we share canonical texts, Cave of Treasures, the books of Enoch, okay, the Gospel of Thomas, okay? We share all of those things. And again, I share the last 11 years of my journey through journals. I don't have one nearby. No, I don't have a journal nearby, else I would grab one and show you, okay? But I go through my journals. There is a lot of playlists over there on that channel. A lot of playlists on that channel. Okay, some of them are private because they involve my case. Okay, but yeah. So, Oprah Winfrey is involved in witchcraft. We have Monaco in Mexico. Okay, Ryan Wedding was recently captured, FBI most wanted. Ryan Wedding was recently captured by the FBI. Okay, he was on the run and a fugitive. One of America's most wanted, one of the FBI's most wanted, Ryan Wedding. We have the names Heiser, Hines, and Henderson, okay? So Gregory Hines, okay? Tap dancer. Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel is that channel. Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. If you go to the post on this channel, I posted a link from that channel today. Okay, so if you go to the post on this channel, okay, you will find Esoteric Guidance Extraterrestrial Earth Angel post. Okay, and through that link, you will find the channel. So Gregory Hines, okay, Gregory Hines, Hayes, like Isaac, Henderson. So someone's name can be Kalen. Someone's name could be Kalen. I got a confirmation. Doo-doo-doo. I don't know if you heard that. I think it came through the phone, so you probably did. So Kalen Henderson. Kalen Henderson is a YouTube golfer. Okay? Kalen Henderson. She's a butterfly. Kalen Henderson. Okay? Look at the names. Okay? However they resonate for you. Oh, of course, Mama Bear. Absolutely. What was I going to say? Oh, so someone could be a golfer. You could like golfing. I am passionate about golfing, actually, even though it's been years since I've played because of the karmics who stole my business, shut it down, okay? And my Job experience. So it's been a few years since I've played, but I watch golf of some sort nearly every day. That is the one sport that I really enjoy. Okay, truly. Growing up, it was basketball. Okay, and I did play football. Okay, but golf today. Really enjoy the sport. So there could be golfers who watch this. There could. Oh, damn! Damn! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Collective. Let me tell you something. So I'm sitting here, right? And I'm talking about a golfer. I'm talking about Kalen Henderson, right? And I'm talking about golf. Motherfucker, if I didn't turn this card over and it says Pro Golfer, the cards were sitting here like this in a stack. Let me show you just so you know that I am not lying. Let me tell you. Look, the cards were like this, right? The cards were like this. I don't want to lose the place of these other cards. The cards was like this, right? So I went to get this card, right? This angel number card. And look, Elvis is still alive, by the way. For those of you who saw that, Elvis is still alive, and Donald Trump knows them too, okay? This says a pro golfer. I'll be damned. Wow. Wow. So I don't think, but there's definitely a pro golfer that's watching this or that tunes in on a regular basis. Wow. Wow. So, shout out to you, pro golfer. Okay? Shout out to you. Okay? That was a confirmation like a mother. That was a confirmation like a mother. Okay? We have South Carolina. South Carolina. South Kakalaki. Okay? Some call it South Kakalaki. Okay? Is someone asking what's the name of the channel again? It's Esoteric Guidance Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. Queen. Okay? Delois. Okay? Delois. Okay? Delois was on one side of the Wheel of Fortune. So Delois could be receiving this Wheel of Fortune. Delois, Lois, Luis. Okay? They could be receiving this Wheel of Fortune. Okay? Delois. Or Delois was trying to steal it. Okay? Delois could be sexy. Okay? Or Delois thinks you're sexy. Okay? Or this has nothing to do with Delois as far as your sexiness. Okay? Delois could be someone's mother who's listening. Oh yeah, of course, Queen. Okay? So Delois on the Wheel of Fortune and sexy. Okay? So we have this Knight of Swords out here. Okay, this is for someone who's defending you, standing up for you, okay, believing in you also, someone who's willing to go to bat for you, okay. And again, this message says, I have decided to pursue you. I have decided I want to pursue you, and nothing is going to stop me. Expect soon a lot of action from my part. Okay? So, this individual out here who you are unaware of, probably, they think you're sexy. Okay? Of course, yeah, no problem. Okay? See, I said sometimes we talk about global events, not just your own personal life, right? Collective and investigators, judges, okay? And we have ISIS out here, okay? So ISIS on earth is demonic. The spiritual ISIS is a divine being. You see the difference? You see the difference? ISIS on earth is a demonic spirit, coven entity. ISIS spiritually is an upright divine deity. Do you see the difference? The original word for gay is happy, but man changed it to mean homosexual and lesbian for same-sex unions. I use original words. Okay? You are a lesbian or a homosexual. You are not gay. You might be gay while you are a lesbian or a homosexual. You might be happy or joyful while you are a lesbian or homosexual. But if I'm talking about same-sex unions, I'm saying lesbian and homosexual. I'm not saying gay, because that's gay to change what the original word was when Divine Source gave us the original word and definition. That's gay. Okay? ISIS means one thing on earth and another thing above. That's what the 3D matrix does. It twists things. It twists things. It changes the word like they did in the Bible. That's why they don't tell you about the years of 12 to 18, okay, for Christ. That's why, because they twisted it. They changed it. That's why they only gave you 66 books, because they twisted, changed the truth. That's why. That's why J.D. Vance said federal officials have absolute immunity, and then went back on his word and said, well, I didn't say absolute immunity. Yes, the fuck you did. Okay? There are news outlets all around the world that have you on video saying absolute immunity, when that should not be the case. You should not be willing to protect anybody karmic, even if they are a government official. If they're karmic and they are a U.S. president or the president of a country, impeach they ass. Okay? If they are a criminal, don't protect them. Yeah, let's make America great again. We have nothing and no one can stop the justice due to you. Okay? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Okay? Yes, they did. 147. Yes, they did. Okay? No one and no one, only you, can stop the justice due to you. And again, truth speakers are unalived every day. Okay? Martin Luther King Jr. didn't have to go out on that balcony. Okay? I'm sure something within him was saying, don't go out there. Betty told Malcolm, don't go to that meeting. Don't go speak at that meeting, Malcolm. Betty Little told Malcolm, don't go to that meeting, Malcolm. He went anyway. Light workers are murdered and slaughtered. Okay? I always get only you can prevent forest fires with this message. Only you can prevent forest fires in your own journey. Only you can prevent forest fires. Okay? On the other side of nothing and no one can stop the justice due to you, we have the Page of Cups. Okay? So, emotions are running high. I'm getting emotions are running high. Someone could be a 90s kid born between 1990 and 1999. Okay? Page of Cups. Emotions running high. Emotions running high. Okay? We have Fox. Okay? Fox energy. Okay? These could be celebrities. There are a couple of foxes out there. There's Red Fox. There's Jamie Foxx. There's Michael J. Fox. Okay. Vivica A. Fox. Okay. There's a lot of foxes out here. Okay. Some are karmic, some are upright. A lot of foxes. I said a lot of names. I said Red. Someone's name is Red. Okay. I said Red Fox. I said Vivica A. Fox. I said Jamie Fox, whose real name is Eric. Okay. Legal name is Eric. Okay. And I said Michael J. Fox. Fox. Or someone's cunning, sneaky, sly. What's up, Williams? What's going on, sugar? What's going on? Shout to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay. We'll be closing this out soon. Okay. Because I'm going live on Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel at 10 a.m. Okay. That's in an hour and 20 minutes approximately. Okay. On one side of Fox, or between Fox and Samuel is a thief. Ooh, Samuel is a thief. So there's a Samuel out here, investigators, that's a thief. Okay, stole money, stole business ideas. Samuel is a thief. Dog barking. So Samuel could be Sam Fox, Samuel Fox, Sammy Fox. Okay, Sam's middle name could start with an F, last name start with an F. Samuel could be his last name. Okay, there's a Sam or Samuel out here that is a thief. They steal money and business ideas. That's what it says. Okay, on the 1331 card, okay, we have faith in your skills and talents as they are a tool that can provide you with a great future. Okay, a piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. Okay, and so I'm going to explain to you what this 1331 card means. Okay, the angel number specifically, I'm going to explain that to you what this means. Okay, so 13 represents death. If there's something that represents good, okay, the balance is there has to be something that represents bad, yes? Okay, that's the balance of energy. Okay, that's why we all have masculine and feminine energy, every last one of us. Okay, this is why a male can propagate himself as a female. This is why a female can walk around and be butch, because we all have male and female energy, masculine and feminine. I shouldn't say male and female, masculine and feminine energy. So a 13, okay, represents death. Okay, what's the reverse of that? Hello, Tanya. What's up, Tanya? Okay, the opposite of that is 31. Okay, that represents rebirth. Okay, so right here we have a death and a rebirth. You die to your old self to become your new self. You die. We had the star card out here. You die to your old self to become your new self. You die to the 13 of you to become the 31 of you. Right here. Right here. Okay. We have Arizona. Okay. Arizona. I'm getting something about a pick-me, not a picnic, a pick-me or pick-me, pick-me, something, pick-me, something. I don't know. Arizona. Okay. And this is on the 0909 for new beginnings. 0909 for new beginnings. On the other side of 0909 for new beginnings, we have Courtney, Cortez, and Quan. Okay? Courtney, Cortez, and Quan. Courtney, Cortez, and Quan. Okay? We look up celebrity energy often here, okay? And the celebrities, all of the celebrities that I mentioned associated with the name Fox, we've looked all of them up before. Okay, Jamie Foxx, we've looked up their information before for synchronicity. Vivica A. Fox, Michael J. Fox, Red Fox, we've looked up all of these Foxes. Okay, again, with the sexy out here, okay, we got sexy out here. So somebody could be sexy and a fox. Okay, you could be sexy, man or woman, okay? And they could be a fox, or you could be a fox, okay? And they could be sexy, okay? Aesthetically, okay? Aesthetically, a man or a woman who is a fox generally is sexy, okay? Like, I don't know, think of a man who gets, I don't know, Boris Cujo, okay? Like Boris, okay? And again, I'm a male and I'm heterosexual, so I have no problem saying that's a nice looking guy. I have no problem saying that, okay? Or a Morris Chestnut, okay? I have no problem saying a man is a nice looking man. No problem, okay? Arizona. Okay, so Arizona, okay, and we have last minute changes, or prepare for last minute changes, okay? All right, so there you go. Prepare for last minute changes, okay? Whoever this person is who has their eye on you, again, I don't do love readings, okay? But the energy came out here. So whoever has their eye on you, they could be getting ready to come in and change your life around, okay? You don't know this, obviously. You don't know who it is. You don't know where they live, okay? But they could be getting ready and be like, hey, why don't you move in with me, okay? This, I got my eye on you. I've been watching you. I've seen you at the store. I've seen you at the office. Hey, how about we go out for coffee and have a conversation? Okay, we got ProGolfer out here. How about we go have a round of golf and have a conversation? You know, anything. Okay, last minute changes. Okay, a trans man again. Okay, so we have a transvestite out here again. In case you haven't figured that out yet, listeners, okay, I am not politically correct, and I don't want to be. You know what political correctness does? It hides shit, okay? It hides shit. That's why President Trump and his administration moved to have the civil cases and investigation against Jonathan Ross and the murder of Renee Nicole Good. That's why they had that removed. That's why they had 6+ investigate, or 6+ Minnesota FBI agents, okay, resign, because they're like, you're not investigating our ICE agent, okay? We are going to tell him he's going to have a job for the next 20 years and retire and get a pension on U.S. tax dollars, even though he murdered an innocent person and a U.S. citizen, not an immigrant who was acting wild and doing illegal things. No, a U.S. citizen who was legally born in the United States, had a driver's license, legally working. We're going to protect you. Trans man, that's what political correctness does. It hides shit. It hides shit. Hasn't there been enough hiding? Hasn't there been enough hiding and enough secrets? Hasn't there been enough hiding and enough secrets? Hasn't there? Just saying. So there's a transvestite out here, okay? Somewhere in somebody's energy, okay? A part of someone's karmic whatever, okay? We have collaborate with authentic forces for the best life possible. Collaborate with authentic forces for the best life possible. Okay? This will heal your heart. Okay? This will heal your heart. Collaborate with authentic forces for the best life possible. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, you make a better day, just you and me. Okay? Collaborate with authentic forces for the best life possible. Okay? Collaborate with them. Collaborate with them. Mama Bear. Collaborate. Ooh, that's me. Right there, baby. Master Builder 33. I'm not the only one. There could be a Master Builder 33 in the room that's listening. Master Builder 33. 11/29/73. You want to know if you want to find Master Builder, your birth month, date, okay, and the last two digits of the year. Okay, don't use the 19 or the 20. Okay, so 11 is 11. You don't break down the master builder numbers. So if you were born on the 11th or the 22nd, you don't break those down. So 11/29/74 is what? 11 plus 11 plus 11. Master Builder 33. That wasn't automatic. Okay? I had to ascend to such a place to where I was qualified. Okay? I had to ascend to such a place. There are karmic ass motherfuckers born on the 333rd day of the year. One of them is Stephon Diggs, who's a wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills. He's a diva. Okay? So just because you're born on the day doesn't mean you are. There's no automatic anything when it comes to divine source. You have to qualify. There's no automatic. You have to qualify. Master Builder 33. Master Teacher. If we have Master Builder 33s in the room, shout out to you and thank you. Let's teach. Let's teach. Let's demonstrate. Okay? Karmic ass parents tell you, don't do as I do, do as I say. Karmic ass parents and leaders say, don't do as I do as I say. Karmic ass parents say, don't do as I do as I say. Karmic ass parents, karmic ass leaders. They need to demonstrate. You are the key that unlocks the mysteries. Okay? You are the key that unlocks the mysteries, collective, investigators, upright judge that's watching. Upright judge that's watching. Okay? Thank you so much, Judge. I send great love to you. I send great love to you, Judge. I send great love to you. Okay? And the upright attorneys. Okay? FBI investigators. Okay? Anyone in the upright, anyone who really truly is seeking not just justice, but the 100% truth. Truth is better than justice. Listen to me, collective and authorities. Truth is better than justice. Truth is better than justice. Thank you for the love, everyone. Thank you for the love. Okay? Oh, how do you find the number? Again, your birth month, the date of your birth, and the last two digits of the year that you were born. Okay? So 66, 78, 82, 91, 99, the last two digits of the year. Okay? And you add those all together. So you take each digit and you add it up individually. So let me show you. Let me show you. And thank you for asking, because I have no problem breaking it down. Again, that's why I'm here. So I will use myself as an example. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I hope that comes through clear. Okay, so you see the month, you see the date, and you see the last two digits of the year. Okay, and again, if you're born on the 11th or 22nd, those are master numbers. You leave those as they are. Okay, so 22 is 22 if you're born on the 22nd. 11 is 11 if you're a Sagittarian or Scorpion sun sign. Okay, you leave it as it is. Okay, you leave it as it is. I should say if you're born in November, you could be a Scorpio and born in October, and you can be a Sagittarius and born in December. Okay, but this is how it breaks down. Okay. All right. So 1126, okay, 112665, okay. So we have 11 plus 7 plus 11. 11 plus 7 plus 11. Okay. We have, oh, no more cards. Okay. Oh, under New Beginnings, someone has a terminal illness. We're getting ready to close it out, collective. And again, I will be going live on Esoteric Guidance Extraterrestrial Earth Angel at 10 o'clock this morning. That is not any type of energetic reading. We are sharing canonical text on there, okay? We are sharing the Aquarian Gospel of the Spirit of Yeshua, the Christ, okay? We are covering their ages when they were here from ages 12 to 30. Confirmation burp. Those are the ages that are hidden from your Bible, okay? Those are the ages that are hidden from your Bible. I am here for the 10th and final time to expose the entire truth as much as I can for as long as I live here. As much as I can for as long as I live here. Oh, yeah, of course, you're welcome. And thank you so much, whoever else is answering in the chat as well. Thank you so much, who's ever helping out. I appreciate you. Okay. So let's go ahead and summarize this energetic psychic investigation reading real quick. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. New subscribers, I will give shout outs in the next live. Okay, I'm running out of, well, not running out of time, but yeah. Okay, I don't want to be rushed for the next thing that Divine Source wants me to do. So, okay. But yes, I typically give shout outs, okay, to our public subscribers, okay, to our public subscribers, okay. Of the 720 or 30 or 720 or 30 subscribers, how many ever there is, only about 100 of them are public subscribers, okay. So there's 580, 590 private accounts that watch this channel. No doubt some of them are authorities. Some of them are judges. Some of them are FBI, CIA, DEA agents, NIA, NSA, NASA. Okay. Some of them are spiritual scientists. Some of them probably are involved with the Vatican. They've been following me my entire life. My entire life. They've been following me my entire life. Okay. And that's a fact. The warlock, for me, whose name is Kevin, he told me so. He told me. He told me there's always someone watching you. He told me that. Okay? I was happy to be part of the prosecution team in 2014 that put his ass away for 40 to 60 years. I was happy to be part of the prosecution team even while I was on dialysis in 2014 from witchcraft that his stupid ass sent me or sent to me. Confirmation, I got a crown bump. Okay? That's funny. All right. So if he's not dead, I don't know where he is. Okay. But last I checked, he was serving a 40 to 60 year sentence in a prison. Okay. He can't get out, won't get out. That is for sure an upright judge that put his ass there. That is for sure, because the judge ruled upward. So as a judge, they have a lot of authority on whether or not an individual is sentenced to the minimum, the maximum, or somewhere in the middle based on the laws and crimes that they've committed. Okay? One of his major crimes was getting a 15-year-old pregnant in 2019. And for that, thank goodness, thank divine source and Aravat. And I got an image right here in my third eye. That has to be of you, Aravat. That has to be. Also, shout out to Shakti and Shiva. Okay? Shout out to Shakti and Shiva. Okay? Divine source was definitely speaking through that judge that day and was like, do not let this polygamist ass motherfucker out. Do not let this rapist out. Do not let this motherfucker out. And the judge was like, aye, aye, Captain. I'm ruling upward, and you're getting 40 to 60 years instead of 10. Thank God. Thank God. Because there's no doubt there would have been more victims. No doubt. No doubt. He had his sons and daughters dancing for him, okay? And he was fucking on his kids. Listen to me, collective. Listen to me. And he was a minister. Listen to me, collective. Some crazy ass motherfuckers out here. And low down judges release these motherfuckers back out into society. How often did Ted Bundy get released back into society? How often? How often? How often do they release rapists back out into society? Karmic ass judges, low vibrational ass motherfuckers that will do shit for money any time of the week. I'm just saying. That's also the same individual who took my first wife while I was serving in the military, okay, in 1998. I was in Germany, and he took my first wife. She left me, did not join me in Germany ever, and she's still following his ass today, or was, if he's not dead. She left me for the man who I believed was my father growing up, but as it turns out, he wasn't. He murdered my father. But as it turns out, yeah. So, again, I've been through a lot of shit. You've been through a lot of shit, collective. We could share stories. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and summarize this reading. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and summarize this reading, and we are going to get going again because we have another divine appointment to go live. We have another divine appointment to go live, so that is what we're going to do on a different channel. Okay? I'm just getting the cards together here, okay? I had already put them on in the stack. Okay, so, all right. Summary collective, okay? We have Master Builder 33. Oops, Master Builder 33. We have a judge that is watching. Thank you so much, Upright Judge. Okay, you could be a karmic ass judge too. You help the algorithm. Thanks for watching. Okay. We have collaborate with authentic forces for the best life possible. We have prepare for last minute changes. We have a trans man out here. That's a transvestite. Either way. Arizona. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of the love. I thank you so much. Is that 33 people currently in the room? It is 33 people currently in the room. Hello. Okay. We have Samuel is a thief, okay, of money, business ideas. First, middle, last name, Samuel. We have a 90s kid, you or someone else. Okay, you could have had a kid born in the 90s, okay? And you gave birth to in the 90s. Nothing and no one can stop the justice due to you. Okay? We have ISIS. Okay? Again, spiritual ISIS is a divine being. ISIS in the 3D is a terrorist organization. Okay? Something about a dichotomy. A dichotomy. Ooh, confirmation. Something about a dichotomy. Okay? What it appears to be on earth is not what it really is. Okay? So when someone looks at me walking down the street in America, they be like, "There goes another black guy." Okay? There goes another nigga. There goes another whoever, African American. They can call me whatever they want to until they approach me, until they speak to me, until they get to know me. And then they find out, damn,